Uh, Integrated or validated? Validated by who? Coming to my data center to configure the services as I like. How much nodes I will need. So it's a one-stop shop. Mr. Flo Fox, are you now going Dutch on my servers?
Hi everyone, and welcome back to our Did You Know series, and again with my awesome friend down there, Bert Wolters. Hey Bert.
Hi man, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Not so tired since like with other days. But how are you? Why did you ask me again for a session?
Well, I'd like to know something on Azure Stack HCI again. You know, last time we talked about running it from a USB drive, and you had that awesome USB drive with an NVMe inside it, which you, I think, custom made because I didn't see it in the shop yet. But that USB drive needs to go into some hardware.
Yeah.
And since we looked at less supported scenarios yesterday or the last time, how do I get the right hardware to go with my USB drive?
So you really want to go for supported ones?
Yes, please.
Okay. You can build on your own, but then it's totally unsupported. So there are a few requirements on you need to fulfill. But as a Microsoft, and also from a support perspective, we recommend to use so-called integrated or validated solutions.
Integrated or validated? Validated by who?
Integrate and validated system means the system is validated from Microsoft and the partner to run Azure Stack HCI operating system as a whole solution. With 22H2, so the next release we will see, or we in now most likely with the release of the video, it will be GA. We will also validate the switches you use to fulfill the specific requirements for 22H2. So it's a solution validated for your operating system for your workload on Azure Stack HCI.
Okay.
You can browse through our hardware catalog. I will put the link in the description for you, my friend. It's on our website. And there you have a bunch of partners like Lenovo, HP, Data On, Thomas Kren, Dell, etc., who are offering systems. And there you can have integrated or validated systems.
Okay. So rolling that back to something I built myself, right? I take this big computer, I chuck it full with hard drives, maybe even put a 10 gig network device in there. And that is not really supported?
No, because we are running things on those devices like the attestation service within Azure Stack HCI, which gives us some more options like deploying older operating system or running our appliance solutions like AKS. And we always know that the hardware is working and we know the configurations and that they're supported. So we're developing above a known system. With the Windows server, you know, you can put everything in a Windows server.
Yeah, true.
It's like a chicken cow pig problem. And with that, we don't know what the Windows server could look like. With an HCI, we know about it. Yeah. And there's even differentiation. Validated system means it's validated, it's supported, it can run Azure Stack HCI. If you want to move a step forward, then you would go for an integrated system. As you can see on my screen, my friend, let me try to zoom in a bit for you. With an integrated system, you have not only the validation of the solution, like you have with a validated node, you will also have the Azure Stack HCI operating system pre-installed on top of the hardware coming out of the factory. It's also often coming with an installation service of the partner or with a slightly on top of your bill service fee. And then they will help you to configure your cluster.
But that service is consisting of someone coming to my data center to configure the services as I like?
It depends on the partner. So
Okay.
at some point, partners can do it remotely. Especially in the pandemic, we saw a lot of remote deployments.
Okay.
But they're helping you defining the architecture.
Okay.
And then deploying it in a supported manner.
Okay.
Then you have the highest component SLA, which means they're tested against the solution. We ensure that it's working. You will have a joint support system. So, for example, if you see a storage issue, and it's not related to a paired disk, it's related to storage spaces direct, for example. So Azure Stack HCI storage system.
Yeah.
Dell support or Lenovo support will open a support ticket with Microsoft to solve it together. So no ping pong between the partners, because we're the joint support alliance then.
Okay, that's nice. So it's a one-stop shop.
It's a one-stop shop. You have an integration for firmware and driver updates in the Windows Admin Center and in the cluster where updating. You often have also management services integrated in the Admin Center, like Dell Open Manage. And again, it's fully tested, fully supported together with the partners, and those integrated system partners are normally pretty early with the releases. So they maybe take longer for going into GA with their systems, but they're the ones who are starting early with the development.
Okay.
So it's not only testing in an OS, it's really testing the whole integration, testing all tools around that, testing, as I said, Open Manage against the new nodes, against the new operating system.
So if one of the physical hard drives would fail, the vendor would already know and could come and replace your hard drive for you.
That's already possible. For example, with Dell, when you use Open Manage, you have this pre-alarming support. And if you, for example, have a drive which is notifying, okay, we have a predicted failure, then it could the Open Manage could take its iDirect integration.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a failed drive. Open Manage will start a task, send an email to Dell support, open a ticket, and the support engineer calls you back. That's an option you have. So when I worked for Dell from 2010 to 2013, and that was already possible during that time, and all the others, Lenovo, HP, they have the same. They have the same options. And that's really possible with the integrated system, because you have these management tools integrated into Windows Admin Center, into the whole hardware stack, and it can then give you these full view and full opportunities.
Okay. Now circling back to the hardware catalog. Let's say I want an Azure Stack HCI, but my company mainly does VDI or mainly does SQL database hosting. Is there an easy way to select the right system for me, or?
There are a few things. So you have these optimized 4 options you can see here. There you can say, okay, Microsoft SQL and virtual desktop. And then you can also say, okay, I need to have a 1 to 4 node cluster.
Okay.
And then it filters for you the available systems which are validated for that solution. And then you want to maybe have an integrated. And
okay, but this seems already a step too far, because how will I know how much nodes I will need? Is there some kind of calculator or sizer or?
Yeah, so we have a sizer on our own. As you can see, I already had a few projects here. But let's do one for Bert.
Okay, yes. Thank you.
And then you have, again, you're going again for the steps. You want to have an integrated or validated system. As said, we are recommending the integrated one.
Yes, you did.
Then what CPU family you want to use? AMD or Intel?
I'm an Intel fanboy.
Then the preferred vendors you have, let's say Dell.
Yeah, just choose one of the big ones.
The big ones, okay. And then if you require 2 or more nodes, but it's not a necessary option, then you choose your availability. So if you want to be able to use 1 or 2 nodes in your cluster, so normally you go for then also for storage, if you can lose one storage array, so basically one storage from a server, or if you can lose two, we always recommend two or more.
So just for the audience that they're absolutely clear on what we're saying. If you say we lose a node in the cluster,
yes,
what are we losing?
A
Are we
whole
losing
server.
a virtual machine?
A whole server. A whole physical server.
Wow. Okay.
And if we're losing storage, that means that we are losing here up to 2 copies of one piece of data.
Okay.
So as you know, we can also did you know session on storage, my friend?
Yeah. I'm writing it down.
Yeah. But as you know, we are copying data from server to server to server. So we're using local storage like Nutanix is doing or vSAN is doing. And with that, we can lose 2 copies of the storage. So we could lose 2 volumes because of disk issues, server issues, and so on. You can also go for only 1, but we normally recommend 2, so that you're running a parity on at least 3 servers. Then you can choose your storage type. All NVMe or flash, so combination between NVMe and SSD, or with HDDs. So you have flash storage plus HDDs.
At this moment in time, still running HDDs in servers sounds like the 90s.
Yeah, but it could be cheaper.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And maybe you have some validated systems laying around. Let's say the HP Gen 10 systems, which only require an update to be really validated systems. And there you have disks, and then you want to just use them.
Oh yeah.
Could be an option. Or you want to have slow archiving storage, where it makes no sense to have SSDs because you just need the space. Then also HDD have still the option, or they still have the reason to exist.
Mr. Flo Fox, are you now going Dutch on my servers?
No.
Going cheap? Yes.
It's just cost efficient.
Yes.
You don't know. I normally play safe. I'm not playing cheap. Then you have the option to optimize for performance and capacity. I know you're more the performance guy.
Yes.
You can add a few more things like persistent cache or in-memory cache, but it's not required. And then you can plan your future growth. So 20% is normally a good number. And if you're, for example, a host or if you require tenant separations, you would maybe also go for software-defined networking. For the most enterprises, you do not require SDN. As long as you not have multi-tenancy or you want to separate test and prod environments, you don't need that.
Okay.
Then you add your workload. There you can add VDI, SQL, or general. With general, you can also build Kubernetes services, because those you can just say how many virtual machines you need.
Okay. Figures.
Let's go for VDI, 100 VMs. Let's leave that as it is. Add your workload. So that's the workload we will go for. We can also add SQL servers. Let's say 4 SQL servers. Go next. Now it will do some calculation magic.
Wait. Can you share the algorithm for this?
No.
Oh.
Only the product group knows.
Okay.
Magic.
I can ask.
Yeah. That NDA. Don't tell anyone.
Yes.
And that's our recommendation.
True.
For the service. It's our recommendation.
Yes. So I can imagine that the vendor could also help you in recommending your perfect systems for you.
Correct, because we are not reflecting all possible options for drives, etc. So you can take that one as an initial thought and then go with that thought to Dell, to HP, to Lenovo, to partners like Acutech or Aptis, and they can then help you define the perfect system. There's still a lot of things we are not reflecting in its sizing tool, like network IOPS.
Yeah, sure.
With the RDMA type, you want to use Rocky or iWarp, but as said, it gives you a good estimation and gives you a good view on systems available on the market. And then you see a few things for planning purposes. As said, there's still work in progress. The IOPS estimation is coming soon. It's also often requested.
Okay.
And
is that something hot off the shelf? Is that something we announced today?
No, don't think so.
Darn. Still waiting for that hot news, for that just barely out of NDA news from you. But I'll get it someday.
You will see them tonight?
Yes.
So, for everyone, we are capturing that shortly before Ignite. Okay. But, my friend.
Yes.
I know that you're looking for more deep dives and after the video things to read up.
Yes.
I prepared something for you.
Oh, what did you do?
There's already a blog post I wrote for our friends from Petri Knowledge Base.
Okay.
Which describes the whole hardware purchase process.
Okay.
With the tools available, with the network thingies available, with the options like going validate versus integrated with my personal view as always, and really going for more depth also how to use the tools.
Okay. Nice.
Yep. And because you asked for support.
Yes.
Also, one thing I want to put forward is how to create a support request, and with that, also who is responsible for what part of the support. Plus, a nice thing I really like with Azure Stack HCI, and you didn't ask for, is every Azure Stack HCI which is connected to a subscription inherits the support of that specific subscription.
Okay.
So if you're having, let's say, a standard or premier support on your subscription, you can have as much HCIs connected to that subscription as you like. You will not pay more for the support.
Okay. But then also the rules for that support package applies regarding the reaction time from Microsoft, right?
Correct.
So if you're really running critical workloads on your Azure Stack HCI, you might need to rethink your support strategy for Azure.
Right. But for example, with standard support, you're getting that support level for $100 a month.
Okay.
For numberless of clusters.
Sounds like a good deal.
Sounds like a good deal.
Cool.
Perfect. Any other questions, my friend?
Yes, lots, but I don't think it's appropriate for this session. Maybe we should indeed make one on the storage of Azure Stack HCI and maybe simulate a failure or two.
Oh, then you need to get me some hardware.
Oh, then you need to go to the hardware chooser.
Of your choice. No, but yeah, let's do a few more. And for everyone who is interested in the Did You Know series, just put your wishes below in the comments, and Bert and I or some other friends, if Bert cannot answer, there are topics Bert maybe don't know.
Sure. Yes.
We will find someone to answer it. Thank you, Bert. Have a great day.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye bye.